Hi, everybody. Samantha Magdaleno here. I hope you can hear me. I am streaming from a new place. So don't have the perfect setup that I usually have in the podcast room, but I think this is going to work. I wanted to make sure that I did Travel Tip Tuesdays because I know we did self care Sunday this Sunday, and then I missed Moody Mondays, but today is Tuesday, and I wanted to make sure I definitely did not miss Travel Tips Tuesday. And I know this is probably like a favorite for most folks, to be honest. So I wanted to make sure that this is one that I did not miss. And I know it's a holiday season coming up right now, and a lot of people are wanting to travel and wanting to do stuff. So I wanted to make sure that I gave you some travel tips of what I use when I do a lot of my traveling. So, Clark, what are you doing? Clark wants to be on Travel Tips Tuesdays as well. He's traveled around with me a lot of places as well. But yeah, so today I'm going to actually be talking about Airbnb. So there have been folks that have used Airbnb, there are folks that have not used Airbnb, and there are folks that have used Airbnb and they see one price and then at the end it was much higher than what they expected. And I'm here to tell you why that price increases and how to make sure that you avoid that increase. So that's what we're going to talk about today is Airbnb. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you have any comments, feel free to put them in the chat. I have both of my Facebooks up right now, so hopefully I'm able to see any and all comments. I'm going to share my screen so you can see what I'm doing on the Airbnb site and just, how to find like a nice little mini vacation spot. So let me share my screen. Share screen, go to window, go to Airbnb, share. Perfect. So everybody should be able to see this is the home screen for Airbnb. Let me just adjust this a little bit on my end so it's easier for me to see. There you go. So when you go to the Airbnb website, this is the first thing that you see. This is what I use when I just want a kind of getaway and I have no idea where I'm going or what I want to do. And there are some folks that have schedules like I do, and you're just like, I'm down for whatever. So this is what I do. I go to I'm Flexible. So when you go to I'm Flexible, you have all kinds of different avenues up here. So let's say you're traveling with adults, two adults, children, how many they are. If you have any pets, you put them here, whatever you want. So usually when I travel, it's just two people. I like to keep my situation small. Um, and then there's all kinds of things that pop up and tell you where they are. It tells you how many miles it is, how much it is a night, like all different kinds of cool things, what days they're open. I can travel like at any time. So I use this a lot to just be able to find some like unique places. Over here, you can see this little button that it looks like a circle with like a stick at the end. Those are your filters. So I don't personally like to share my space. If you do want to share a room, you can go to shared room. If you like a place where you're like, okay, I can share a place, but I at least want my private space, there's private rooms. And then there's entire place. I always pick entire place. I don't really like to share my living quarters. I have before, and I just don't have the best of luck. If you are on a budget or if you're trying to spend less money, shared room or private room, those are going to be like your best bet for different prices. Down here, there's a little scroll that shows you how much you're willing to pay for a night. Again, if you're on a budget, it just depends on what your budget is, how many days you're going. If you want to go to the cheaper end, I usually go with around $60 a night, depending on how many I'm going. These ones, like how many bathrooms do you want? What kind of accessibilities do you want? A kitchen? Do you want all of this is going to narrow down your destination. So whatever you want, like this is going to narrow it down. I love water. So let's say you're going to put waterfront. Oh, there's no matches for this price, but let's say you want a TV. So it goes to 17 places with TVs instead of without a TV, it goes to 47. So this is for you to just whatever you want. I do want Wi-Fi. I always want Wi-Fi. So that's 31 stays. And if free parking is something for you, pool, gym, like I said, these are just other things that you can look at. And then you go to show stays. So like I said, like these are pretty cool. You can go to different places. Like these are offbeat, so this means like a more unique kind of style. These are cabins, so if you're trying to do something like in the woods, these ones, like this one right here, this is 21 miles away, Springfield Township. Let's look at this. So this one's pretty cool. It's pretty cute. It has really good reviews. So this is a super host. So a super host means that a lot of people had positive reviews for this place. Springfield Township, Michigan. So this is here in Michigan. So this is something that I could actually drive to. It's usually $69 a night, but it's actually on sale right here for $55. They have one bed, one bathroom, one bedroom for 2 guests. So this is where you go down. So you see it's 55 a night, which is great. So it's showing you that it's a weekly discount. So it's telling me from February 5th to February 12th. This is what this special is for. These are the fees that you have to look out for. Cleaning fees. So there are some Airbnbs that $40, that's, to me, that's not bad for that whole time. Like $40 for a cleaning fee is not bad. But I have seen people put $200, $100, even $300 for the cleaning fee. And so when you're calculating your night stay, you're like 55, you're like, okay, that's not bad at all. And you come out with it. And then when you get the $200 cleaning fee, that's when like they really get you. And so make sure when you're looking at your place that you're looking at the service fees and the cleaning fees, and then you look at the taxes, and your total here is 514. So again, even at the 69 a night, it was only 485 minus the 97. You're going to have a little less than 300, but because of these fees right here, so you got $126 just in these extra fees, cleaning, service, and occupancy. So that's another $126. That's where Airbnb gets you. And these fees vary per place that you're going to, so it's not always the same. But if you're looking for a spot and you're on a budget, again, sometimes we're like, okay, 55 is way cheaper than a hotel. But then when you look at these service fees, sometimes getting actually a hotel might actually be cheaper. So that's what I'm saying. Just keep that in mind. Make sure that you look at all of the pictures. Make sure that you're reading through the entire description so it tells you exactly what you have access to. This other things to note, that's something that's really important. So for this one particularly, you will hear an occasional train sounding its horn as train tracks run along the back of the property. So if you're a light sleeper and you want to go something that's like super quiet, this is not the spot for you. So make sure that you're reading literally everything on the Airbnb site, because things that you didn't think of or you didn't think were going to be a problem will be a problem. And then when you try to get a refund from Airbnb, they'll be like, well, if you would have read the notes, it would have told you about that big train and you still booked it. So that's your problem. We're not giving you any kind of refund because it was stated on the page. So be very careful to make sure that you're reading through all of these things. Right here it says, for guests staying longer than 7 nights, please refer to our on-site house manual for guidelines on bed linens, towels, laundry, and trash removal. So again, make sure that you're reading through absolutely everything. Airbnb is probably one of the worst companies to have to deal with when you're trying to get a refund, or you're trying, like, you get to a place and let's say that it's something that you're not comfortable with or that you weren't expecting. They do not try to give you a refund. I have had to fight with them tooth and nail to get a refund. And if you believe that you are supposed to get a refund from them and they have falsely advertised something, my advice to you is to stay on them, to keep staying on them, to message them during your stay. Don't wait till after. A lot of people will wait till after and they're like, well, you should have let us know during. make sure that you, as soon as you find whatever discrepancies, take pictures, take videos, have all kinds of evidence to be able to show Airbnb, take screenshots of the property, of everything that is marked. So you can say, like, look, this is what was marked. This is the timestamp on it. Like, I have my stuff. And then this is what's actually at the property. The timestamp's on there. Everything's on here. This is where it's varying. And this is where I want my refund, or I want to be placed somewhere else. Again, the process for getting a refund from Airbnb is so hectic and draining and going back and forth, but it is definitely possible. You just have to stay consistent with them. It is definitely different from staying at a chain hotel. That's why I actually usually prefer to stay in hotels, because it's less of a hassle than Airbnb. But you can find some really cool spots with Airbnb and you can get more intimacy that you wouldn't have at a hotel. So, there's the pros and there's the cons. I always look at the reviews, always read the reviews, so that way you can see what to expect. So this one has pretty good, pretty positive reviews. So it tells you who was staying there, who wasn't staying there. Be careful, because some of the reviews, folks will literally, they just went there to sleep. That's it. So they didn't actually use the amenities. They weren't actually planning to stay there. Like, maybe they went and they were like, there was another destination, and they were literally just using that to store their luggage. If you are planning to actually stay there and use the amenities there, you want to look through the reviews and you want to find folks that actually did that, because there will be a lot of reviews that will say it's fantastic. And then you'll get to some that are like, okay, well, the shower is actually really small, or the hot water never really came on, or at night it was really hot. Like, they'll tell you these little things that, you think they're small, but when you're actually living through them and you've purchased this place and you've spent a good amount of money staying there for, 3, 4, 5 a week, or whatever, how many days, then it's going to get to you, and it's going to be annoying. So make sure that you're looking at all of this ahead of time, because who wants to get on vacation and get to your destination and then find these things that, you didn't know about? So like I said, there's a ton of reviews. Make sure that you read through a lot of them. And just make sure that you're looking for anything that is negative or anything that's like different. So this place says the price for this little apartment is very reasonable, so it's probably a little bit smaller than what a lot of people said. Very cozy, but not too small. Perfect space for two. So that's another thing. If you have like a more than two people with you, this says that it's a perfect place for two. So just be mindful of those kinds of things. When you're also looking at Airbnb, you can look by dates, specific dates. So let's say we want to leave January 13th and coming back the 17th. You can add how many guests that you're going to have. We can say two people and a dog. And then where location you're going to, let's put Texas. I want to go to Texas. So you have your check-in, check-out, and then comes up. And then, so now you have 300 stays in Austin. You can see this one's pretty pricey. So again, if you want to put a cap on your stays, you can go down here. Oh, where is, oh, yeah. So you can put in all of your different amenities that you want, what kind of properties you want, all of these kinds of things. And it'll show you, I want the entire place to myself. And then, where are we at? Oh, the price right here, the price. And then these little, you see how these lines go up and down? That actually shows you like how many properties are available. So if you go here, there for $40 a night, there are none available. If you go down to here, 106, that's where you have a little bit more properties. So you have 204 properties for that price. And if you want to go even cheaper, if you want to go even cheaper, you can go down here and you have 86, and then now you have 69 stays. So there are different ways that you have the search option on here. So That's all I have for Travel Tips Tuesday. I wanted to make sure that this was something short and sweet, something that you understood. If you have any questions about your Airbnb stay, there are also Google is a great place to go. How to get a refund from Airbnb. That's actually what I used, and I actually used the guides and the tips in that to be able to get a refund on a place that I stayed at a couple months ago that just was very, very different from the description. Like literally showed me two different living rooms when I went to Georgia. So I was like, okay, this is a bigger space. It's got two different living rooms. It was going to be a shared space with a family, but I was like, okay, they can be in one, we can be in the other. No, I get there. There's only one living room. It's a very tiny space, and we were like literally boxed on each other. So I had to go back and forth with Airbnb to make sure that I got the refund, and it took, I want to say, at least probably a month after that I was staying there to finally get that refund. And at first they only offered 30%, then they offered 50%, and then they finally gave me my full refund back to my original method of payment. So make sure that you're looking out for all of those kinds of things. My recommendation is if you can stay at a hotel at a place, I definitely choose a hotel over an Airbnb. But if you are looking for a unique stay, there's Airbnbs that you can get that have like a private pool, that have a private jacuzzi, that are out right by on the lake. Like those kinds of things are beautiful, and I would prefer that over a hotel. But if you're going to a destination where you're not looking to spend time like in nature, and you're looking like just to go spend time in the city, I would definitely get a hotel if possible. But if you can get something cheaper on Airbnb, it is also an option. As far as like money, like being taken or anything like that, if you're worried it's a scam, that's not a thing. I've never had an issue with that, at least. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So that is Travel Tips Tuesdays. I have a whole list of things that I want to teach you guys, and I want to talk to you guys about Travel Tips Tuesdays. If y'all have any tips for Travel Tips Tuesdays that you want to speak about, maybe you want to be a guest on the show, or you want me to speak about them and you just want to let me know what those tips are so I can share them with the audience, please let me know, and I really appreciate it. Tomorrow is WTF Wednesday. I hope to be on at 9ish. Again, I know these times are like kind of varying, and I'm trying to get better with it, but yes, we're going to do that. And if we don't make it to Wednesday, we will definitely do Thirsty Thursdays, because that is always my favorite. I don't know why. I need to get out of this heart love spell that I'm on, single Sam, looking for love, but Thirsty Thursdays are definitely still my favorite. And then Film and Food Fridays, and then Shit Happens Saturdays, and then start all over with Self-Care Sundays. So have a great week, y'all. And if I don't see you, have a great holiday. And if you have not donated yet, One Michigan for Immigrant Rights, we are doing our holiday helper, and we are buying toys for over 1,000 kids. We have had an influx of kids still coming, and parents still needing help and losing jobs at last minutes, that now they're like, my paycheck was supposed to go to gifts, and now they're going to have to go to lights, rent, electricity, and I don't have enough until I get another job, if I get another job. So we have had an influx of demand on folks needing stuff. So if you can please donate, please see the Amazon wish list, or check out the onemichigan.org/donate so you can send money directly. A lot of folks like Cash App. If you like Cash App, I do have a personal one I can send you, and then I switch that over to the One Michigan account. Those are all the ways. So have a great night, y'all.